ויצא יעקב מבאר שבע וילך חרנה. Yaakov departed from Be'er Sheva and went to Haran. This week's parasha, Parashat Vayetze. Yaakov is running away from Esav. The whole town is talking about it. He stole his blessing. He stole his right of the firstborn. The whole town is talking about it. He's in the news. He's on CNN, CNBC, Bloomberg. Everyone's talking about it. Chazal says that he goes to the yeshivat of Shem and Hevel. He goes to yeshiva for 14 years. Learns Torah for 14 years without sleeping. Learns Torah without sleeping. 14 years. We learn for 14 minutes, we already think we're Gdol Ador. You learned 14 years, no sleep. You learned Torah? Yes, Kodara. Today, 15 minutes. Wow. Oh, Vadia would be proud. Guy tells, no, I learned a lot. I did a whole hour today. Wow. 14 years, Yaakov Avinu. 14 years without sleeping. This is a different world. Might as well be a different species. We're closer to a monkey than we are to the shoe. Not even to Yaakov Avinu, to the shoe of Yaakov Avinu. 14 years without sleeping. Goes to yeshiva. Sedder. But then it says something scary. He goes to sleep. After 14 years, you get kind of tired. Sedder. Not bad. I'm tired after 14 minutes. He's tired after 14 years. Baruch Hashem. Sedder. And it says here, in verse 12, and he dreamt, and behold, a ladder was set eastward, was set earthward, and its top reached heavenward, and behold, angels of God were ascending and descending on it. ויחלום והנה סולם מוצב ארצה וראשו מגיע השמיימה והנה מלאכי אלוהים עולים ויורדים בו. Olim veyordim bo. Ascending and descending. Now my whole life, ever since I discovered that God was real when I was a little kid, I remember in school, we went to a little religious school, and they gave us a picture of Yaakov Avinu taking a nap on this rock. There used to be a few rocks that became one rock, and there's like a ladder next to him. And there's a bunch of angels climbing, and a bunch of angels going down, ascending, descending. That's what I thought. Why they're ascending, descending? Who knows? Maybe they're playing, I don't know. Having fun. The Gemara in Masechet Psachim, page 68, and also in Masechet Chulin, both agree with each other. Resh Lakish says that if it wasn't written in the Gemara, we wouldn't be allowed to say it. What does it mean? Olim v'yordim bo, ascending and descending. The angels are going up, they're seeing Yaakov Avinu's face and Kisei HaKavod. Ah. So they come down to see who this person is. See him sleeping. They go back upstairs to Shamayim and say, Hashem, we should kill him. There's no sleeping for Kisei HaKavod. Yeah, but he was sleeping, he was awake for 14 years. So what? So what that he was awake for 14 years learning Torah? That's what he was created for. So what that you learned 15 minutes or 15 hours and you gave tzedakah and you kept Shabbat? So what? That's what you're created for. Chazal says, Olim v'yordim bo means they are contemplating how to kill him. They're coming to kill him. And if it wasn't for the Shekhinah, if it wasn't for Hashem Yitbarach himself, they would kill him. Yaakov Avinu. If Yaakov Avinu is being rebuked like this by the angels, I think we need to learn some MUSSAR. Now what saved Yaakov Avinu? This week's Pirkei Avot. The last couple of weeks, we've been learning what Hillel and Shammai used to say. So Hillel said the Mishnah last week, and he says another one this week. Hu haya omer, he was accustomed to say. The reason it says he, because it's the same person that said it in the previous Mishnah. Negid shema avat shemeh, udela mosif yasef, udela yalif ketala chayav, udeishtamash betag hachalav. I didn't understand it either. Don't worry, I could just make the sounds. Let's read it in English, we understand. It was in Aramaic anyway. He was accustomed to say, he who seeks renown loses his reputation. He who does not increase his Torah learning decreases it. He who refuses to teach Torah deserves death. And he who exploits the crown of Torah shall fade away. As we learned from the series so far, we see that each one of these verses, each one of these sayings can be broken down and learned for 60 years, not 2 hours, 60 years, and we're still going to learn more from them. That's how much MUSSAR is in each one of these. But we're going to try to learn for a little bit to see what it means here. So Hillel is telling us someone who's looking to build his reputation. Hey, I learned some Torah. I know the whole Shas by heart. I know this, I know that. He says that's the person that Hashem is going to take that away from him. Ga'avat adam tashpilenu. Shlomo HaMelech, the very same wise man we talked about earlier, he says the pride comes before the fall. Before Hashem brings somebody down, He makes sure that they go all the way to the top. Why? Because the fall is much bigger. It's much more painful. You're forced to look up. If it's a little fall, you built your portfolio up. You went up from 800,000 to 1.1 million. You feel happy by yourself. You're smart. You're good looking now too. Maybe you're going to buy a new car. Maybe you're going to throw a party this year. It's nice. Go down from 1.1 million to 900,000. Okay, I can still keep the car. I'm not going to sell it. I can still, the extension on the house, I'm going to keep that too. It's no big deal. The party, so we're not going to get a 5-course meal. Let's just make it 4. That's not what we're saying yet. Hashem says He's going to make you an artificial bull market for 10 years that's based on nothing, like we have right now. Based on absolutely nothing. There's absolutely no reason for the market to go up. Nothing happened. Technology companies are being valued at 50, 100, 200 billion dollars for absolutely no reason. Even if they meet the growth rates they say, they're still never going to be worth what they're worth today. It's based on nothing, but people are making fortunes off of this. They bought the stock at 50, it went up to 200. The $800,000 portfolio is not 1.1 million. It's 3.5, 4, 5 million. Everyone's IQ went up with their portfolio. Everyone thinks they're smart. Everyone thinks, ooh, what am I wasting my time working a regular career? I should be a day trader. I should be an investor. I should be an advisor. I should tell all my friends to invest. I should start investing seminars. Start teaching people how to become millionaires in the stock market. Leave my job and do this. Everyone became smart. Hashem says, I'll take you from the little portfolio you had, with the retirement account that you built for 30, 40 years, and you put everything and I take it to 3, 4, 5 million. Now, if you do the right thing, and use the money for good, you give tzedakah, you bring more Torah to the world, then there's a reason that you gave Hashem to allow you to have this money. Because He didn't give you the money for you to have it. The whole reason of why you have any money is for you to publicize Torah. To eat, obviously, you need to eat. But Yaakov Avinu also has to eat. Yaakov Avinu learned more Torah than us. 14 years without sleeping. What did he ask? He says here in Parashah, Parashat Shavua. He says here, in verse 20, וידע יעקב נדר לאמור, אם יהיה אלוהים עמדי, ושמרני בדרך הזה, אשר אנוכי הולך, ונתן לי לחם לאכול, ובגד ללבוש. Then Jacob took a vow saying, if God will be with me, he's not even sure. He learned 14 years without sleeping. He's not even sure God liked his Torah b'chlal. He's not sure. He goes, oh, maybe it's not enough. Maybe I should learn 15 years without sleeping. Maybe 16 years, maybe 30 years. If God is going to be with me, if Hashem is even going to give me any attention whatsoever, will guard me on this way, He'll protect me where I'm going. What do I want from Him? All I want from Him will give me bread to eat and clothes to wear. He learned for 14 years without sleeping. All he's asking for is bread to eat and clothes to wear. We learned for 14 minutes, went to Shiur Torah. Somebody tells me, listen, I listened to your whole Shiur, the whole 2 hours. I said, okay, good, Baruch Hashem. He goes, yeah, but I was expecting a prize at the end. So Yaakov Avinu was expecting clothes to wear and food to eat after 14 years. It's a little bit of a difference. So now, if we do the right thing with the money, B'ezrat Hashem is going to give us more. Not only is He going to give us, but we become messengers for Hashem. We do the wrong thing with the money. We keep buying cars, houses, and have parties. And there's no reason for Him to give it to us. And what happens is what happened to me. Ga'avat adam tashpilenu. Hashem uses the pride, uses the tool that He built us to make us fall. So people need to question themselves here. And where are we learning this from? We're learning this from Hillel. Hillel HaZaken. Who was Hillel? Hillel was the Nasi. He was top. Number one. The Gemara Masechet Sukkah, page 28. It says, who were Hillel's students? He had 80 students. 80 students. Nice little kollel. Who were his students? 30 of them, Ayu Re'uyim, they deserved to have the Shekhinah sit on them like Moshe Rabbeinu. 30 of them were in the level, in their generation, of Moshe Rabbeinu. Another 30 deserved for Hashem to stop the sun in the middle of the sky for them, like He did for Yeshua ben Nun. Joshua, Gdol Ador, right after Moshe Rabbeinu, Yeshua ben Nun. 30 of them deserve the same privilege that Yeshua ben Nun got. 30 of them. And 20 were Benonim. 20 were average. 20 were average. Let's see what these averages.
Do you know the names of these individuals?
Huh?
Do you know the names of these individuals?
So we're going to say. We know it's all the Tanaim. The top student was Yonatan ben Uziel. The top student was Yonatan ben Uziel. The least of the students was Rabban Yochanan ben Zakkai. Every page in the Gemara was Rabban Yochanan ben Zakkai. You see his name. It's the least of them. It's the lowest. What did Rabban Yochanan ben Zakkai know? This is what he knew. He knew all the halachot, all the mishnayot, everything by heart, obviously, no books. There was no oral Torah written yet at this point. Everything by heart. All the halachot, all the mishnayot, all the gemarot, all the gematriot, all of the calculations of how to figure out the calendar. They didn't have nice calendars with the picture of the Rabbi on every wall. No, they had to figure it out. They had to bring people that to see if the moon came out, if it didn't come out, calculations, a 6-digit number, a lot of chokhmah, a lot of wisdom to figure out the calendar. He knew how to compute the calendar. He knew all the midrashim, all the agadot, all the stories behind the stories, all of the analogies, all of the small debates and the big debates that everyone would have had, especially the ones by Abaye and Rav. Abaye and Rav, also every page in the Gemara, you see Abaye or Rav. Debates about everything. He knew all of them. But that's just average. This is the beginning. What else did he know? He also knew the language of all the angels. Apparently the angels have a different language. He was able to speak to angels. But also he knew the language of all the shedim, all the demons. And if that wasn't enough, he knew the language of all the palm trees. Which one of us knows how to speak to a palm tree? There's a bunch of them. There's one guy right next to my car. I want to tell him something. Anybody know how to talk to palm trees? This is the least of the students of Hillel HaZaken. He knew how to talk to palm trees. He knew how to talk to shedim. He knew how to talk to angels. The top student, Yonatan ben Uziel, it said that when he would study Torah, it would create a spiritual fire that if there was a bird that flew on top of him, it would burn immediately. Go on fire, the bird. Poor bird. He's learning Torah. So now if you have students like this, who are you? If his least of his students is Rabban Yochanan, who is Hillel? And Hillel is telling us, now that I'm at this top position, I'm telling you that if I focus only on the fame and fortune, HaShem is going to use this to bring me down. Where did he learn it from? Yaakov Avinu. Yaakov Avinu got famous. Everyone found out, hey, you stole the fortune, the blessing from Esav. You're on the news, everyone knows, everyone's talking about you. If you take advantage of the fame only for your own interests, HaShem will use it against you. So what do? Despite how big you are, you go to step number 2. Udela mosif Yasef. He who does not increase his Torah decreases it. Says, you want HaShem to keep you on top. You want HaShem to keep you rich. You want HaShem to keep you famous. You want HaShem to keep you where you are. Increase your Torah, my friend. Hillel says, yeah, but my students, the least of them knows how to talk to Shedim. He goes, yes, even you have to increase your Torah. That's what Hillel is teaching us here. If Hillel has to increase his Torah after his least of his students knows this, what about us? How much Torah do we have to learn? Last time I checked, I don't know anybody who knows how to talk to Shedim. I don't even know anybody who knows all the halachot by heart. I look at Yalkut Yosef, after the 15 pages, I already think I'm Gdol Adol. And then I look at, oh wait, there's another 40 books. So he says, you want to stay at the top, increase your Torah. This is why Yaakov Avinu, as soon as he ran out, he didn't go to Lavan. He says, if I want Hashem to protect me, I have to go to the yeshiva of Shemin and Ever for 14 years to study Torah without sleeping. Because that's the only way I can justify Hashem protecting me. That's the only way I can justify Hashem giving me food and clothing. Not more. Food and clothing. 14 years of studying without sleeping.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by Torahanytime.com.